since last 1,268 days, and we have doctors from different part of the world. As already 60 doctors from 65 countries have presented purpose.
Dr. Kharari, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Dr. Kharari, please remove your PPT.
Okay,
Sorry to-
just.
I shall do it.
Now you carry on.
Okay. Okay, and for the last 1,268 days, doctors from 65 countries presented various papers in this forum. And today we have an international guest from Argentina, Dr. Marian Ciancaglini from veterinary sector. She has been practicing for the last 20 years in veterinary medicine. And as you know, she has completed her veterinary degree from National Center University of Buenos Aires, province of veterinary sciences. And then she has studied homeopathic she has graduated in veterinary homeopathic medicine from Argentinian Medical Homeopathy School of Thomas Pasteur. And she is a very good expert in veterinary science, and she's a classical homeopathic practitioner according to our homeopathic method. And as you know, she has presented some papers previously, and today she will be talking about miasmatic dynamics in a case of equine encephalomyelitis. And she will be, we will have a guest in Marian Ciancagglini from Bolivia as the translator for this session, and I invite Dr. Marian Ciancagglini to introduce Dr. Marian to this session. As it's over to Dr. Marian Ciancagglini.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ganesh. I have some troubles with my camera. Sorry for that. And today we will start with an amazing session. It's an honor for me to introduce you, Dr. Mariana Ciancaglini for Buenos Aires, Argentina. She will be presenting a very nice conference in equine cases. So Mariana, please. She speaks very well in English, so I'll be here just for support her.
Okay.
Mariana, por favor, si puedes abrir el micrófono, ya puedes empezar.
Welcome, Dr. Marian.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Well, I will share screen.
Yes.
Nice story of, we have here in Argentina an epidemic of encephalomyelitis. It was really, really hard for everyone, owners, vets, and all the people around the, okay. Others people entering the room. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can see. You can continue.
Okay, well, this is the story of Guasita. It's a very little fool. I start with this because it was so far and so close. Like in COVID pandemic, we thought the COVID virus was in China, and as soon as we thought, it was here in Argentina, in all around the world, and this was a little bit similar. One day, a colleague of mine sent me this video that is very sad, and it was hard. And almost crying, he told me, be careful and be prepared because this situation is going to reach you any moment. So I think, well, okay, we were talking about the disease itself. There were no vaccines at that moment. And that was the hardest part, I think, because we couldn't vaccinate our horses. So we were in God's hands, I think. So I called Graciela Berrastro and Pablo Gianpietro, and helped me a lot to start studying symptoms, the disease itself, And these videos, because at that moment I didn't have any case of encephalitis. So as my colleague aware me, later, some days later, few days later, I received a video call with this case. And it was really hard because the first one always dies. And I couldn't help this little fool. He starts like this, also not like sleepy fool, no, like this, just like this, having seizures in the floor. So that was unexpected for me because I expect another kind of presentation. So with Pablo and Graciela, we did like two groups of presentation of this disease. One with the sudden start, there was this kind of cases, lying on the floor, having seizures, and yesterday they were all right, and today they found it like this. They was the hardest cases, really, the hardest cases to treat, to recover this kind of presentation. And then we have the other one with a slow and progressive onset, with weakness. It was hard even because the horses stopped eating and taking water. So you have a lot of disturbs that becomes after the horse stop having water, for example. But these cases give you the chance to do something, to study the symptoms, the way that the evolution of the disease was. This is Perla. It was a nice case of Helsenium. Sorry, that she's all right. She's now actually playing polo again. So that was a very, very nice case. Well, and this is Fugacita. When they, I would like you to listen the video because there's something interesting that the little fool do.
You are muted.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear that. She was like
No, no se
shouting.
escucha el video.
Mm,
Ah, deja de compartir y al volver a compartir tienes que ponerle compartir sonido de la presentación.
okay, right. Let's see. Here, share sound. Let's try again.
Video.
Now,
Yes.
let's see again.
We can't hear anything. We can see only audio is video is there, but audio is missing.
You don't listen my voice in the video?
We can hear your voice, but in the video, if there is any sound, we can't hear.
Normal. Qué loco.
We can see the video very well.
Well, there, the little fool was shouting.
¿Eso de ir relinchando por ahí de esa forma, no?
Sí, hoy todo el camino venía relinchando.
¿Pero es por la madre o lo hace porque sí?
Veía a la madre al lado y venía relinchando.
That is what the fool was doing all the time. And it was weird because she was with her mother. She was not alone and without other horses. And he was shouting, yelling, just like calling them. And that sounds weird to me. And when I look closely, I see, look at her eyes. They're like this.
Una pupila dilatada.
So people always, when you ask, they say, no, it's fine, it's fine. And it was weird because they found her lying on the floor having seizure, and they went quickly to get the truck. And when they come, she was walking like, I'm fine, I have nothing. And really, she was.
Estuvo todo el día.
So I think I always have in my mind the way, like,
Quedarse medio quieta,
I
o
think
vale, no, está
how
vuelta.
a healthy fool must or should behave, and that was not healthy for me. So something was not right, and we start from the beginning. And what it was strange for me was the sudden seizures and then the recovery. You know, that there was like this sudden manifestation at the beginning and then nothing, no? But she was doing that, you see, like walking in a big cycle and then stop.
¿Y es de
And then
quedarse medio
again,
quieta o más vale no? Está
that
haciendo
was not normal for me.
buen dato.
So that's all the same day. In different moments, I stay there and try to understand what she was doing, because I can't believe that. I have a seizure 15 minutes ago and I'm like nothing happened. So I saw she was walking from one side to another, and I asked that all the time to different people in the farm. So they all tell me the same thing. She was doing that all the time, walking, stay, walking again from one side to another, and had that erratic behavior for me. And since you have stiff neck, you know, with a wrong position of the head, like this, and that was no normal at all. And sometimes unsteady walk. So I think symptoms appears all over the story. So here I put you the little what people told me and the symptom. So they found her, as I told, having a seizure. And then okay, sorry, having a seizure, and her body was very hot, but in that situation, and that then stopped. She followed her mother to the nursing as in a normal way. That's the people told me normal, and that the symptom in general appears and disappears suddenly, that leads you to sudden manifestations. And the very modelized symptom that skin was hot during the seizure, but not after that. I took the little baby in the head, the body, and hands and foot, and it wasn't hot. But at that moment, they told me that she was really hot, and they thought she was fever, but no. She went all the way kneeling, even though he had her mother next to her. So like that, what I ask you to listen. She was like calling other horses, and because she was with her mother, there's no reason to do that. So she was screaming and walking around without sense. So I took anxiety that leads you to move from one place to another, and a talkative delirium. Another thing that that took my attention was that she seems blind, because she was walking and stopped very close to the things, even to his mom. Like she was coming to you, and whoop, when it's near to you, she trying to go another way. So when I look closely, she have dilated pupils. So I took mydriasis. She had bruxism also, and she was very thirsty. That was really, really nice and helped us a lot, because it was very difficult for us. Then I told you a nice symptom that was always present, but it belongs to the chronic miasma. But I told you later that this symptom was kind because it prevents dehydration. I don't know how you say deshidratación, Marian. So it helped us a lot that the little fool take water. So in order to choose the remedy, here are the symptoms. I have told you the anxiety that leads you from one side to another, talkative delirium, mydriasis, the bruxism, thirsty, the heat in the skin, and the heat during seasons. That this was very, very nice. And the way that the disease presents, that was in a sudden way. So here you have, I choose belladonna, obviously. It was nice. So we start with belladonna 3LM on January 11. I put the date because it was awesome, the evolution of this case. And I don't know to tell you, but 15 minutes after we gave the remedy, I saw this, that it was beautiful. The nearness that the fool took to her mother. And she stayed quiet a little bit. She stopped walking from one side to another. That was marvelous. So I said, okay, she's suffering belladonna. Next day, there was some symptoms that were appearing, and this was curious for us because she wanted water, but not milk. She rejected milk all the time. Obviously, she doesn't have a breast. And we thought first because of the stiff neck, maybe she couldn't do like this to have his mother's milk. And seems sleepy. You see her eyes like not just wide open, but like a sleepy fool with the ears down. But she was really, really thirsty. So in order to have some food, because she wasn't eating anything, we mixed milk with water and invented a system with a gerine to give him some milk. She doesn't like it at all, but we try to do everything. So thinking about the brain inflammation, and he's still with mydriasis, and this situation, I increased the dynamization in order to accelerate the healing. So this was what happened. We give her belladonna 6LM, always in the same way. I worked mostly the whole epidemic period it was from November till now February, more or less, with this like a north, with always 1 microgram dissolved 20 milliliters of water. It functioned really like a little touch to the vital principle. So to become a secondary healthy response, So I try always to start with this, then just watch and analyze what we have to do later, But I always start it in this way. In this video, I can see he's near his mother like a normal fool, but the situation, the stiff neck is still there. He made something weird with her mouth. And she was not all right at all. So I think, okay, let's increase the dose. Let's do something like in plus, modifying every day to change the doses. and the dynamization a little bit. So I do that from January 12th until the 15th. But when you're not with a remedy, or when the miasma and the acute disease is like giving path to the chronic miasma, things happen. And well, this was what's happening. I saw her taking, was amazing, the quantity of water she take in one moment. More or less, to have an idea, the stomach of a fool can support 1 liter of water. I think this fool at that moment took 5 liters. It was really awesome. And I said, okay, she's thirsty, but the thirst have changed. It's unextinguishable. That's a hard word for me. Inextinguible. And seems not to be hungry at all. So we still have the problem of the milk. So it was interesting for me talking with colleagues and changing information of cases, and then that the milk, even though it's a liquid, is not a drink for the food. Instead, it's their food. So I like this, to take this symptom that there was lack of appetite, but with thirst. And here, I think, I thought this. Sometimes when we are in the middle of a war, this was like a war, I thought, with all this was not the only case I have at that moment, so I called Grace every time. Grace, help me to think. We are communicating all the time and thinking about symptoms and trying to understand what the fools or the adult horses are doing. And then light, and I see, wow, this is an acute disease. You know, it's an acute miasma. So what happened when you are healing the acute thing and you have a patient that you didn't know, because it were not my patients, my chronic patients. So here I wrote the paragrapho, I don't know how you say, paragrapho 38. And it says, thank you. The new, not similar disease is stronger. The disease from which the patient suffered, being the weakest, is expanding and postponed by the stronger one that is added until the new one has disappeared and has been cured. After that, the old disease returned as a non-cured form. That was beautiful. So at that moment, I understood everything. And then continue, the soul diseases that are not similar to each other are suspended, the stronger to the weakest, but they never cured each other. And sometimes that explains that get complex, but it's very rarely in acute cases, that more for chronic miasma. So here the picture was changing. And here we do lots of preparatory sessions, but this was the nicest one. Here you have the moments that she was with apathy, that moments of concern. This symptom I like a lot, that is lack of appetite with thirst, the unextinguishable thirsty, and the aversion to breast milk. That was beautiful for me, because I couldn't understand why water and not milk. But well, this is a symptom that was present at that moment. So here you have the remedies: calcarea, sulfur, lachesis, lycopodium, antimonium tartaricum, and no more. Between these, I had a previous case that went so good with sulfur. So I said, okay, indifference, concern, and aversion to breast milk, sulfur. So I go with sulfur 6LM on January the 16th, as the same way I always do, giving them little, as 5 milliliters per administration in an hour term of time. And it was funny because every time I ask by phone, hello, how is she? She's fine. Yeah. I think that people say she's fine because she's alive. And that was a lot. Yeah, at that moment, when you call, how is she? She's alive. Okay, that's good. We have hope. And then they start doing things and analyzing the cases and then. So I see this one here. Apathy, moments of this, then start working again. It was like we start again, but not the same way. Something was changing, but still changing with sulfur. So I said, okay, I increased the dynamization, so I will have less apathy, less concern. So I did it. Next morning, when I said, hello, how is she? She was eating grass. She was eating grass with her mom. I said, oh, yes, we are solved, but no milk. She doesn't want milk. So in the same way, I thought, okay, aversion to the breast milk, let's increase sulfur 9-LM at that day, but it was not enough. Vital principle told me, sulfur is not the right. Here we are again, slow, became slow again. She was eating grass, she was taking water, she was near her mother, but she was like that, and always thinking about the healthy behavior of a fool, and that was not healthy at all. So again, we think, okay, belladonna, it's away. Sulfur is having a long convalescence. No more midriasis, indifference. In that moment, I thought, this girl is like inside, to the inside. And I start thinking about this. Sometimes when I wanted to analyze, to hear the intestine, the heart, she do that. So she was like in the left, and then she doesn't want to be cut. And I noticed that this was still present, the stiff neck and the position of the head that was not right. So I think the chronic miasma is still there. I stay a lot of time with the fool, trying to understand, because they don't talk to us. But the way they behave says a lot. Again, she was eating, and the risk at this moment was the owner thought, okay, she's eating, she's taking water, away, go to the farm, and God desires. And I was, no, please, 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 don't let her go. So I took the symptoms this time. This was still present, the lack of appetite with the thirst. This, I never took this symptom, but it's okay. The neck is stiff, so I took it. The aversion of breast milk, and this one, I think it was the key, because sulfur is slow to recover and get always into the disease and go out, and disease and go out. But this was different. It was very slow. So, wow, still sulfur there, calcarea carbonica, silicia, and lachesis. I don't feel this foal like lachesis. Sometimes I don't know how to explain, but you feel the horse. Sulfur was not functioning like I know the homeopathic remedy function. And then I talked with Graciela and said, calcarea or silicia? Why calcarea carbonica? So I remember that thing I told you in the beginning of the presentation, that this foal was very, very difficult to treat. She was like, okay, I don't want to be caught, and you won't catch me. And I want to, I don't know, I don't want to be touched. So I stay on the floor and start kicking everyone, and imagine an animal 120 kilograms kicking and giving knock everywhere. I have with an hematoma here. So it was very difficult. Because of that, I thought, okay, this is a calcarea, this is stubborn. This foal is stubborn. So I thought I take the risk and I give you calcarea carbonica. So I'll prescribe. When I go to the farm, they had lead her to his mother in a little place with other horses, and like, it's okay, you're eating, you're taking water, you're fine. And it was like this. So I take the son of the owner and tell Thomas, come please. I'll give you this, please. Give fugacita in this way, 5 milliliters. Not remember to shake the syringe. Okay, well, he do that. The 19 a.m. like this, like I always start with a medication, and in the afternoon he sent me this video, and it was magic. Like homeopathic remedy should be. It's short, but it's great. Look at the neck of the foal, and she was having milk from his mother. I was really, really impressed. So then, obviously, no, it's all right. Got the treatment. Okay. Meanwhile, okay. I always, when I go to the farm, ask, how is she? She's fine. But remember that people say she's fine, and she was horrible. So yesterday, I take Thomas and say, Thomas, hello, how are you? How's the food? How is fugacita? You can send me a video, because I wanted to, thinking about the chronic miasma, I would like to follow her, to really get her in completely health. So he sent me this, and I will shut my mouth to enjoy this moment. This is fugacita. Well, this really filled my heart. You know, all the ways you can imagine. But I really think that she's fine. Really, she's almost healthy because of the behavior. You know what I said in the beginning? The behavior of that fool was not this fool. You see, it's still slowly in the movement. The hair is not like I would like to see, but she's fine. It's in the way of healing, you know? So tomorrow I will give her Calcarea carbonica 12 LM, of course, to continue the healing. But that behavior, she's living with a group of horses, with other fools, with his mother, taking a bath. And this really was like a huge hope, because till Fugacita, all the sudden manifestations or presentation of the disease I had wasn't with a happy ending, really. Most of them died. Another one, the owners decided to sacrifice, because it's very hard to see a horse shaking in the floor. It was really, really sad, but this was a huge hope, because I said, okay, that's a belladonna with scissors and it's alive. So after this, lots of horses get alive, and it was really a nice lesson for me and for our colleagues. So no, nothing. Thank you. This is all.
It's really a very good session from Dr. Mariana Ciancaglini. It's
Thank you.
excellent presentation, and of course, belladonna was the remedy you choose first, and of course, there was a difficulty in the second part for you, but then you went up to this calcarea carb. What you might have missed missed in the race in the beginning was that you didn't care about the relationship of the medicine. Of course, you know that calcarea carb is the chronic of belladonna. So when in an acute condition, you use belladonna repeatedly and still you are not getting the result 100%, then you can think of the chronic remedy that was also there in the repertorization chart also. But you left in the second part, and then on the later part only you reach on to that remedy, and you get the result completely. So what this session really shows us that the importance and relevance of knowing the relationship of medicines and to cure the patient in the shortest possible time. And of course, we got the result after using the chronic of the disease. And thank you. Of course, this is the time for discussion. I hope all of you are ready. And let us, I just hand over the mic to Dr. Marian Celso, who was the coordinator for IFPH in the Latin American countries. Over to Dr. Marian.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ganesh. It's a pleasure for me to help you because it's an amazing job of IFPH team. So thank you, Dr. Mariana Ciancaglini. It was really an amazing session just to show us how homeopathy functions in these very challenging diseases. So we'll start the discussion. Dr. Ganesh, are you agree? We have a message in the chat box that is from Dr. Ram. Thank you, Dr. Mariana. Very nice presentation, dynamic lecture, excellent session, veterinary treatment, chronic miasmatic.
Thank you.
Si quieres participar, Graciela, yo te puedo traducir con todo gusto. So we will give Doctora Grace will give us some words.
Lo primero que quiero contar en forma histórica, en forma humana, que a Mariana le agarró un colapso por el gran trabajo que tuvo acerca de la epidemia. Realmente, este colapso que le agarró, por eso queremos, Mariana y yo, saludar a todos los homeópatas que trabajaron contra el COVID, la epidemia contra el COVID, porque realmente es desesperante trabajar en el medio de una epidemia. Así que les mando un gran abrazo a todos los homeópatas que trabajaron contra la epidemia del COVID. En primer lugar, después vengo el segundo.
¿Tú quieres traducir, Mariana? O yo. So I really would like to share with you all that Mariana collapsed due to the amount of work she had on that time. For this reason, it's very important for us to salute the doctors who has been working in the pandemic times. So I send you big ratings, nice warm ratings from Argentina.
Lo segundo es que si bien belladona es el agudo de calcárea, una cosa es leerlo y otra cosa es levantar los síntomas repertoriales, que son los que nos va a dar, justamente nos da seguridad. Y lo que quiero destacar de Mariana son los síntomas modalizados que tomó, que son extraordinarios.
So we know that belladonna is the acute of calcarea carbonica, calcarb, but is different to read a remedy or repertoricide it. So repertorization sheets give us security. So it's important to note and to see the modalization of the symptoms. And this is the gem that we have in this session today.
Y la tercera y última. Se comprueba cuando Hahnemann hablaba de que una enfermedad de semejante más fuerte suspende a la más débil. El miasma agudo había suspendido al miasma crónico. Confirmamos la doctrina.
So with this case, we can confirm the doctrine of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. So it's proving that the dissimilar diseases suspended the chronic one. So the strongest will suspend the weak disease. So in this case, the acute miasma suspends the chronic miasma.
Nada más. Gracias. Gracias,
Thank you
Mariana.
very much.
Mariana y Mariana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Gracias, Graciela.
If any other person want to have a chat with Dr. Marian, please come forward or raise your hand so that we will allow you to unmute yourself and can speak. I invite Dr. Rambaresh, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Mariana. Very nice presentation. Excellent session. Dynamic lecture. Veterinary treatment. Actually, homeopathic, main of role of homeopathic in visualization treatment. Chronic miasma, encephalitis, belladonna is a very good medicine. And chronic calcarea car, very good medicine. Very, very thanks, veterinary. Actually, potency, 50 municipal potency, use of 50 municipal potency. Very important veterinary treatment. Thank you, very, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you to you.
Lot.
I always say that the homeopathic medicine and the vital principle is waste. You know, they talk to us. So it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to listen. But in this case, I don't know why. But it's like with the little child, the horse for me, that's what I told you. Sometimes you feel that this is not Cilicia. This is not the shiny one. No, I don't want to do this, and don't catch me. So I feel horrible, but I'm going to run in order not to catch me. So that storm, was for me the key to choose Calcarea carbonica. And the results, I take the risk because I don't know if it's going to function, but then the results is really magic.
Belladonna is called other name of word. BIRD. What? B actually burning. I inflammation. R red. And
Okay.
D delirium is called full symptom. It's called name of belladonna. Belladonna is a very important remedy, acute and chronic case. There are 4 symptoms, same according to law of homeopathy, belladonna. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramparisa, sir. And it's up to Dr. Neha.
Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Mariana, it's a very nice opportunity to see you taking cases of animals and doing veterinary homeopathy, because it's a very difficult task to take symptoms out of animals because they cannot express themselves like humans do. So it's a good, very brave and a very good prospect you are bringing forth. And very few doctors are there who are practicing veterinary homeopathy. One of doctor is Dr. Sujit Makar. I had a recent chance to meet him at the All India Congress. So there are very few doctors who are practicing veterinary homeopathy, and I guess you will prove good examples and encourage other homeopaths also to take a veterinary homeopathy and increase its percentage. So it was a very nice, informative session, and I hope many more people will do that in future. Thank you so much, Dr. Mariana.
I hope. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Neha, there are a lot of homeopathic doctors doing these veterinary practices, and here we have so many presentation in the past. And Dr. Mustafa from Kerala is one of the legend in this field. He has presented so many papers in this forum that we can't believe such things will happen. With bad things might happen.
It's
with
very difficult in cases of animals, more difficult than humans.
And another veterinarian is here, Dr. K.R. Geeta. Can you come out and speak for a while, because she was an active person from veterinary medicine.
Okay.
Dr. K.R. Geeta, please come forward and make a statement here. Please, you can unmute yourself and make your comments as well as suggestions to this forum. Please unmute yourself, Dr. K.R. Geeta. And there was a person, Dr. Rohit Sharma, who was also presented so many cases in this forum about the veterinary science. Nobody could believe that such things can happen because homeopathy is more concerned about with the mental symptoms. But those doctors were very, very watchful, and they observed each and every movement of the animal. Really get the clear picture of the disease, and they try to match it with the homeopathic similibum. And in this case also there was a sensation as the feeling this person was this animal was sleepy. So first you might think about the sleepy remedies, particularly the opium, anti-dart, Nux moscata. Like I feel if I was the person treating that case, I might have given more stress to that thing, because the drowsiness and sleepiness is the characteristic symptom of this particular disease. That may be the reason why in homeopathy prescription, as you know, that is just, it is, as we may say that the homeopathy is just like mathematics, where you have to eliminate certain symptoms in that respect. That may be the reason why Dr. Mariana might have eliminated that symptom, because the total symptom minus the disease symptom. As you know, the total symptom minus disease.
You have to take the PQRS. Yes.
Yes, that is the reason why the sleep drowsiness and sleepiness is due to the particular disease. We are not concerned about that, but instead, what we can watch again and again, and then we can go with the exact symptom that really match with the belladonna. As you know, in acute diseases, usually children are playing anything like that, but all of a sudden they get fever and they get tired up and they just become sleepy. So that is the suddenness of changes in the is the one of the characteristic symptom of this belladonna. That also is here. So and that as you all know that the fever during fever, most of the children does not like to take anything, even food or water. That is also a common symptom of the particular disease called fever. So we can avoid that symptom also here. Anyway, Dr. Mariana Sasoda is there to say add more things, and we you can make, because you are also co-host, you can directly come out and speak.
Thanks, Dr. Danesh. Yeah, so thanks, Dr. Neha. It's important just to note that Dr. Surjit Matar are in contact with Dr. Grace and Dr. Mariana. So they are in contact, and it's important not only to emphasize the IFPH sessions, great sessions that gave us, but also that the network of international contacts that achieves. So we have a news from the January 3, that was Western equine encephalitis outbreak in Argentina. And immediately was a replay from Dr. Shivang Shwarm, who was telling us that the government of India did on homeopathy intervention in Japanese encephalitis in Andhra Pradesh state. And you achieved 2 genius epidemics. It was BCT, belladonna, calc carb, and tuberculinum. So you start with homeopathic protocol, and immediately that was sent to us just to keep in touch and told us this protocol maybe help you. And it was very interesting because we can confirm it now that it was belladonna cases, and then the complementary one was calc carb. So I just want to thank to all IFPH team, because you are always bringing all the information from India to keep safe as our practice. So thank you very much, Dr. Ganesh, because all your work that you are doing is an amazing platform just to spread homeopathy and to keep in touch with another professionals in all the world. So thank you very much. This is all.
In our state, Kerala, in India, we have a postgraduate degree, postgraduate diploma is given to veterinary doctors for these homeopathic courses at our college at Mannoti. So there is a good, that is also a very good sign of development or the quality of, and to improve the quality of doctors. They are struggling with these problems in treating veterinary field. So there is a solution in homeopathy. This is what the most of the doctors have shown. A lot of cases were presented in this forum by different doctors. And so this is also very good, very interesting thing that we will upload all these things tomorrow, so that those doctors from different part of the world can watch and what is going on with the homeopathy. You can watch the video of today's recording tomorrow itself. You can share with your friends, as well as you can upload it in your Instagram, Facebook page, and everywhere, so that the reach will be in a high rate. Oh, okay, Mariana, you can say something before closing the session.
Well, thank you. I agree with what you said, that there's a solution in homeopathy. You know, I always say this. I think that if every one of us and everyone took homeopathy in their lives, this will be a better world. I'm really convinced of this. And during this epidemic, lot of colleagues called me and said me, hey, that thing what you do, please help with my horses, because the classic medicine is doing nothing and horses are dying. So this was really a great experience, hard, but a great experience for me. And well, I'm very happy that you like it a lot. So,
Yes.
well, keep in contact.
Yes, that's a very good thing that we can use homeopathic medicines as preventive too. In that way, whatever be the disease, we can choose the right remedy for this purpose. That's the reason why during at the time of pandemic COVID, Arsenicum amalgam 30 was chosen by the uh, Central Council of Homeopathic Research at Delhi. So the success rate was very high, 99.6 was the success rate. Dr. Anil Purana, the Director General of the CCRH came out here and he has presented the forum, the papers here in this forum. He released the paper in this forum also. So we have a hope. You should do in that respect, and you have to collect the evidences from those who undertook these preventives, and then you can make a research work on that, and you can publish it so that more and more people will get the idea or what are the things happening with homeopathy in the field of preventive medicine. Am I right, Dr. Marina? That you people are doing that way. Is there any research work going on in that respect?
Si tienes alguna investigación, Mariana, que estés haciendo en el seguimiento de estos casos o en la colecta del número de casos.
Okay, I must like settle down and begin to do that, because really it was a rush. It was a war and I was in the middle. So I must do that, because it was very, very interesting, hard but interesting experience. More or less, I saw 40 cases, more or less. And yes, the half of them died and the other half are living. And it's sadly because I can't follow all of them in the chronic miasma, you know, and sometimes I insist and say to my colleagues, hey, how is she or how is her? Look at them. They have been with encephalitis. Don't let them go. And one day he called me and said, you know that the food appears dead this morning. And so that one recovered to the encephalitis, but the convalescence killed him. And that was the hardest part.
Okay, all the best, doctor. Tomorrow we will have a session from Dr. Shivendra Kagrani, and he will be talking about perceiving phosphorus as a homeopathic medicine. He is a practitioner, a medical doctor, turned homeopath, and he has completed BHMS also. And it is over to Dr. Neha Kakkar to say a vote of thanks to this session.
So it was a very enlightening and informative session from Dr. Mariana, and thanks to all the doctors from Argentina for giving their inputs in this session, and continually to the IFPH group. And it will be great to have you again here on different topics. Thank you, Dr. Mariana and Dr. Marianne Celcido and Dr. Crescialo also. Hope to see you again soon with new webinars. Yeah, thank you.
And with that, we come to the... Thank you all. And with that, we come to the end of the day, 1269. And those who participated, we are once again thanking you for your participation from different parts of the world, and those who participated in this session. Thank you all. Good night. It's over to Dr. Mariamma John to moderate the Malayalam session.
നന്ദി ധനേഷ് ഡോക്ടറെ. എല്ലാവർക്കും